Hey guys, it's Jessica. I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk to you about one of the best, and also the worst, ski training tools out there, the ski harness. Ski harnesses are designed to help young kids about 5 or 6 and under to learn how to ski. Now they can be fantastic when used correctly. However, when used incorrectly, they are horrible. So I'm going to teach you what you need to know about how to use a ski harness so that it can be a great tool for you to teach your own kids how to ski. Now, first of all, I want to preface this with a disclaimer. I am a professional ski instructor. And one of the biggest things that I see parents who have tried to teach their kids how to ski and haven't succeeded struggling with is using a ski harness and not requiring their kids to balance on their own. It's like when you see a kid who's walking the dog down the street, but the dog is actually walking the kid. So if your kid is always pulling hard on the leashes of their ski harness, it's going to make them pull farther back, sit on the back seat of their skis, and they're not going to learn how to develop a natural stance and balance on their own on their skis. So that's where a lot of the problems come from. And so I often see parents coming into ski school and their kids are sitting really far back, learn that they started on a harness, they were struggling, and it's really hard to break some of those habits. So I want to teach you how to start using a harness the correct way. Now, first of all, I recommend that most kids under the age of 5 wear a ski harness all the time. And the reason I recommend that is most of them are not tall enough to get under the chairlift by themselves, or they just need a little bit of help. This handle on the back of a kid's ski harness is a lifesaver, and actually it will save your back. So what I do is when we're getting our kids on the chairlift, you just sit down. They're almost tall enough, but they're not quite. Just give this a good solid tug, pull them to the back of their chair, and then just hold on to this until we're getting off the chairlift. You don't have to worry about them squirming. You don't have to worry about them like wiggling around or maybe falling. Just hang on to this and it will just be a lifesaver on the chairlift. Outside of the chairlift, if your kid is struggling learning how to get up or anything like that, obviously it's great and ideal if kids can get up on their own, but when they're really tired or they're having a hard day, bending down, when they fall down, just pick them up by the harness handle. It will be amazing. It will save your back in so many ways. The handle can also be great if your kid all of a sudden gets going out of control, stops listening, and they've just got that tunnel vision and they're heading down the mountain. Just go behind them, hang on to them real quick. It's just, the handle is the reason why I love the harness so much. And I think that because of the handle, this is the reason why I say most parents should have their kid in a harness, because that handle is invaluable. If you look around at ski schools, you'll see a lot of kids in a harness or a vest that has a handle right on the back of it that serves the same purpose, to help them get on the lift and to help them if they're struggling a little bit to get up. So if you use a harness for one thing and only one thing, it is for that handle purpose. When kids turn about 6 or 7, they're usually tall enough to get on the lift by themselves, and they have the cognitive function to know that they need to hold still on the lift as well. But that handle is invaluable. This harness right here, we've used this one for years. It's by Launchpad. Love them. They're a local Utah company. But this harness also has leashes in the back of it. Truthfully, 98% of the time, we don't use the leashes because this is where you run into trouble. Now, if you put the leashes aside, you don't even have to take them with you. It's a great little backpack right here. We stash snacks in there. When we have kids who are potty training, maybe we'll put an extra pair of pants, underwear, a pull-up in there. It is great for just stashing some of those extra things that you don't want to like stash in your pocket. So use it for that. If you do decide to use these leashes, they always have to be put all the way back in the harness when you are getting on and off the chairlift. It is a major hazard to not do that. So if you're going to be using them, make sure that you put these, just stash them back inside. Now, the reason that we use this harness instead of others is for that 2% of the time where we do use the leashes. Now, these leashes are great because this is the side that attaches to your kid, and it's got a little hook on it. And this side is where you hold on to from the parent side. What we love about this is this has elastic right here. So if you do have to give your kid a little bit of a pull to redirect them, it's not just gonna yank them back like a rope would. It has a little bit of give there, so there's some flexibility, so it's more gentle for the kids. Now, when you're skiing down the hill, if you do decide to use the leashes, these should only be used sparingly and only in situations where you just need a little bit of assistance in getting your kid down the hill. It should not be used consistently. Now the launch pad harness is great because, I'm gonna buckle this right here. So it buckles in the front, your kid's gonna wear it right here. And there are a couple of different attachment points. For skiers, there's one on each side, so that can help them to turn from side to side. For snowboarders, you'll find one attachment point in the back. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna clip one leash to each side right here, and that's gonna just help you to be able to give a little bit of a tug, one way or the other. You're gonna be behind them, so tug this way, and it can just be helpful for helping kids to turn just a little bit. Or if you get into a situation where you got in over your head and you need some help getting them down the mountain, it can help you right there. But it should really only be used sparingly. Now, you should never have a situation where your kid's over here, you're right here, and these leashes are tight, run after run after run. Absolutely not. What we recommend is just trying to always have these leashes slack, and it's kind of just there as a safety net to help you in case things get out of control. Maybe you've got one of those wild kids. I've got one of those who just likes to see how far they can push things. So this is just there as an extra safety net. So if you are going to use a ski harness, mostly just use it for the harness. Occasionally use it to help your kid turn, help control their speed, and after that, put those harnesses back away. If you have more questions on how to use a kid's ski harness, leave them below and I'll help you out right there. Also, you'll find a link to a helpful article that I've written all about different ways to use and not use a ski harness to help you be the most successful you can be in teaching your own kids how to ski.